also join our Discord. It's very cool community. As I told you, you're gonna have fun and share some art and music with them. It's very cool.
Super vibing community. If anyone hasn't checked it out yet, definitely check out the Peace Void Discord as well. Discord.gg/peacevoid. I'll drop I think I can drop the link in here for anyone.
Well, I just dropped it. So.
You got it. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. And then, are there any final words you'd like to share with the audience? I think we have just a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I just want to say that thank you very much for the invitations. I really enjoy your art, man. So it's very cool to actually connect and talk here as well. But yeah, thank you very much, and I hope everyone can find peace within their minds and bodies.
Much love, yeah. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you spreading the message of peace and love. And I think that's at the core. You know, that's what really drove me to the project, and of course to your art. You know, the vibes can't be denied. So
yeah,
peace,
definitely.
Peace, love, and NFTs. Yeah.
Spreading the peace, the good art, the good music, and yeah, the community. I think that's like the strongest thing, and NFTs are actually giving me some good friends, some good people. I get to share good art with people around the world every day, so that's something to cheer.
Totally agree. And it's cool too, because I feel like a lot of the artists, they have that, you know, I think because where we came from, right, having to do art or not having to, but getting to do art, and then finally being able to kind of sustain ourselves, right, and then having the opportunity to share that with the rest of the world, I think is something just so powerful. Yeah,
it's so unique, and it's such a great moment in history, because this didn't happen before. This is an incredible time to be alive and to be an artist and collector. It has changed my life. It's changed other artists' lives, and yeah, it keeps on growing. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jan. And anybody who's interested also in some of these awesome stickers you're seeing come through the chat as well. You know, Peace Void has some really amazing things going on, from the token to, you know, the gamified roadmap. They have some puzzles coming, IRL events in the pipeline, just like so much going on. So yeah, thank you again, Jan, for sharing with us. And yeah, we look forward to seeing what y'all create over there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day over there. Peace.
Peace. Yeah. And with that, I think we have just a couple more minutes until the, thank you, everyone. Until the WIP starts. Yeah, now passing it on to Matthew, who will sing us a little song, according to Rizzle.
Yeah, time for Matthew to sing. No one wants to hear that. Hey, Trippy, thank you so much, man. Another pre-WIP trip in the bag. Jan, thank you for stopping through. I've always been a fan of your art. To hear the story and to hear where you're going, it's really dope. And these stickers are such a vibe. Like we need these stickers all the time, everywhere, and it just makes me feel so much better. Especially the one with like a tin cap on and I guess some acid on his tongue. Looks pretty sweet. Anyway, for everyone that doesn't know, this is Matthew. Thank you for showing up to the pre-WIP trip, brought to you by Trippy Yogi. Now the speaker update portion of the WIP is about to get started. My main man, Rizzle's in the house with me. And it's Thursday, the best time of the week. We have a really fun show for everyone planned here today. For everyone that's in Crypto Voxels already, you're already vibing out. We're at Synoptics TV build right now. If you don't have the link, I'm sure someone's going to drop it again, but hop in here. It's going absolutely crazy. Really excited about being here. We have some cool speakers as well. Tori Bryant is joining us. She'll be the first speaker telling us about her latest projects. And we have Roman from Digital Dinos, who's in the house as well. And at the end of the show, we have Future Modern, and Keyboard Kid in the house to talk about their latest party bid, some other good stuff that they have cooking up. If Synoptic is able to make it, he'll give us a custom tour of his build, but if not, definitely check it out, walk around. They have links to all these other art galleries of theirs. It's really, really sick. Quick shill, Rizzo and I released an episode with the one and only Nate Alex this week on the Matthew and Rizzo show. Great episode. A lot of spicy takes in there, and sharing some secrets about Nate's secret project. So definitely check that out. Before I pass the mic to my dude Rizzo, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Proof of Beauty Studio. They're the NFT lab that's making history on the blockchain. They have a bunch of different projects that they're attacking that from different angles. Make sure you check them out at pob.studio. And of course, the great folks at Grow Your Base, the server that we're in right now that kindly hosted us. And to everyone that's here today, like scrolling through this list, I see Matt Kane in the house. That's awesome. Legends. Metageist right below him. Got Paradox. We got Mark Render himself. Skeeny, of course. I don't want to leave anyone else out. Why did I do this? I don't want to miss anyone. But thank you all for showing up. We got a great show. With that, I'll pass the mic to the Metaverse Hype Master himself, Rizzle.
Matt Kane killed my chain face. The least he could do is show up. It's awesome to have. It's awesome to see so many OGs in the house. Seriously. Yeah. So stick around. If Synoptic doesn't show up to give the tour, I'll give a tour. Right? I've never been here before. We can just like wander around for a few minutes after the speakers and like look at their cool stuff. And Nate killed your chain face, Sandy. It's getting ruthless out there. I had a couple in there. They lasted for a long time. The podcast with Nate is cool. Those of you who don't know, Nate's like an OG, and like goes back with a lot of us and does like some really awesome, innovative stuff. So yeah, thanks for showing that, Matt. So we'll take a tour. We will po-op together with the legendary It's Carolina Duh. Stick around. Paradox will take a group shot afterwards and get in the video mashup. Discord is Crypto Voxels is going crazy. The place is hopping right now, so pop in. If you haven't been in there before or haven't been in there a while, it's actually much better than it used to be. You can get in there most times with just a click through on your phone or computer or whatever. You might be naked. We can help you out with that if it's embarrassing. We did sort of break Skeeny's place, maybe a little bit, but it holds up pretty good. So hop in and hang out with us while you're listening to the speaker panel. Stick around for the group shot. We'll kick it to show for the afties and call it Happy Thursday, and then go get some snacks or something like that. You need pants, Conwolf? I don't know. I don't think we've ever successfully solved the pants situation in Crypto Voxels in like a way that actually looks like pants. We've got a lot of Syncos tried for a long time and then just gave up and made shirts. It was like actually something that we try not to talk about. Shout out to the crew, everyone who traveled with us over here to the Grow Your Base Discord. Easy, Paradox, Trippy, Show, Timmy, Foxy Yoga, Carolina Duh, Sandy, Meow Meow, Dragonate, Trizlet, Musashi. I think that's everybody. Sandy's going in the bushes. And with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to somebody. I gotta find the sign in Crypto Voxels. Who we have on first here?
We got Tori up first.
Right on. Tori, if you are unwhacked, feel free to grab the mic and let us know what you've been up to.
I am, and I have your Crypto Voxels in the background, and I'm hearing all these funny sounds, which is cracking me up. I'm like, what is that noise in the background? Hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name's Tori Bryant. And just give you a little background on myself. I come from a film industry of stop motion animation, as well as working at Hasbro Toy Company as a designer, and then also Nike, working directly with Tinker Hatfield on innovation in 3D technology. Through that experience, I was able to win a Science and Technology Oscar for the innovation that we came up with. And so it's super exciting to be in this space with all these other innovators and creators. I started as a one-of-one artist to begin, and then of course dug very deep into the prospects of innovation here. So I decided to start my own collectible. I wanted to thank WG Meets for having me here too. He's been a great person in support while I've been doing this project. I am doing a collectible drop of 10,000 randomly generated hand-painted oil paintings and digital augmentation. There's a lot entailed for this roadmap, between having gamification for the actual minting process, where you spin the wheel and you can actually select one of three. So it's randomly generated, but you actually get to see and choose, not knowing rarity, of course. That would not make it any fun. But then from that, also really focusing on inclusion and thinking about the underrepresented, and allowing you actually to choose pronouns as well, and really focusing on creating an environment that's more realistic to the world, not just, being male or woman. It's men, women, and transgender and non-binary, and all of the other selections that we have in this world that are real, and just bringing attention to that. And then moving forward, we have already started a comic lore. After 50% of the sale, we are dropping a comic book. And the fun part about that is it's going to really delve into the universe that we're creating of Planet Lacuna. And it's going to be animated. We're going to have screens that actually animate as you turn. We've talked a lot about even making it randomly generated itself. A lot of work's going into how that would happen. Then really creating a collectability out of the comic as well. It's not just one, it's every comic version has its own unique elements to it, which we thought would really bring an extra spice into it. I'm not really sure if anybody's really done that before. And we started building, again, within the roadmap, we started building the toy. Since I've worked at Like Animation Studios, I've worked with Rapid Prototype and being able to replace faces and so on. So we are building a toy that you will build that will have replaceable heads and faces. These characters have different shaped brains, and you will be able to build it. And we are talking about letting you paint it like a paint kit, bring back nostalgia, bring back this element. A lot of my work, or all of my work, is about toys and nostalgia and how we connect from the 80s to the 50s, depending on your age. And that's basically where this is all founded on. And moving beyond that, we're talking about the future game. Like, I think a lot of collectibles now, we understand that. And the significance about our project is my team, as well as myself, we have been in the industry. We know what it takes to move that forward. And we're super excited. I have a huge basket full of animators and film producers and so on that I am pulling from already for the toy, as well as pulling some people from Hasbro as well to help me out with this. So the collectible is a woman-run project, which it's interesting to say. I'm doing aliens and spaceships, but that's really my deal. I grew up with my brother, who's a year older, and he's also on the project doing the comic book with me. And that is a really cleaned up version of what we're doing, is building this project, making sure that we're including and being inclusive, and also hoping for the future to create a DAO for that, as well as giving a percentage of our profits to a DAO for the NFT community specifically, so that we can support other one-of-one artists and other collectibles that are struggling by getting their marketing and promotion set, and for us to help that, and move that forward. Again, Tori Bryant, the name of my project is Spacebots. Please join our Discord, come say hello, check us out on Twitter. We are available, and would love to meet you all.
It's awesome. And if you have any links, make sure you share them here so we can click through there. But I know there's a couple questions that we have from the audience, so I'll pass the mic to our partner Show to relay those questions to you.
Hey, Tori, what's going on?
Not much. Thanks for coming up.
No problem. I'm big on nostalgia too. So this is cool. Speaking of nostalgia, I've played so many RPGs over the past 3 decades, and usually this time of year is the best time to play them. The artwork from the Spacebots/Pixelbox Bots collection is vaguely reminiscent of RPG characters from the 80s and early 90s. Is that where the inspiration came from? And if so, why?
Yes, that's a really good question. I'm also probably giving up my age when I answer this question. 80s and 80s was my time. The toy itself is coming from the 1950s. The original Alien toys. I have it in my mind of how it was built. I was born and raised. I was born in the 70s, late 70s, raised in the 80s. Everything I do is from nostalgia. Everything I play is from nostalgia. So when you look at this art and you think 1980s, it makes me so happy because that's when I was from. That's what makes me really rise to the occasion. And so I'm bringing it back. It's kind of like fashion, how it always comes back. Bell bottoms come back, fashion comes back. 1980s, I don't think it ever left. And I hope that answers your question. Is I'm absolutely pulling from my childhood.
Yeah, it definitely does. We also have a question from Tobaz. They would like to know, do you give promotions to some other projects, and are the alien characters included in the games as well?
Yeah, so that's another good question. The alien characters are your entrance into the game. It was really important to us that we created a game that involved the NFTs, because what I do know and understand is that this world is about the collectible, and it's about being able to make money, right? For the collector. And so you purchase this space bot, you play this game, and then at the end, when you get to all the levels, you answer all the questions, what's actually happening is you are evolving the character. And when I say you identify through that character, you actually do, because all the choices you make in the game affect your character and how it looks. So at the end of that leveling up, you're going to look different, and you're going to be able to mint that character. And then you're going to be like, holy shit, that scar, that happened to me when I dodged this thing and I totally got hit in the face, and suddenly now it's part of me. And there'll be a history, you have fought for that that character in that game. So yes, it's going to be involved where you're going to start with that character and you're going to evolve with that character.
That's awesome. And Tobaz is just like, wow, this is so cool, guys. A bunch of folks stoked on this. Tori, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come up on the virtual stage here and share with us everything that you're cooking up. It was a real pleasure listening to everything. If anyone else has any questions for Tori, make sure you tag her in the chat. I'm sure she'll answer your questions, but stick around for the rest of the show. And yeah, just thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you. This was awesome. Appreciate it, everybody.
Cool. And then next up we have Roman from Digital Dinos, and big shout out to Alapria Wit for connecting me with Roman to get this project on the WIP. So Roman, whenever you're ready, feel free to take it away and introduce yourself and your projects.
Okay, so this is officially my first time on Discord. Is it okay if I share some video, or is nobody interested in visuals anyway?
No, feel free to screen share. We are interested in all cameras.
So for those guys joining, I hope that I can share the screen with you guys because I prepared something. No, I cannot stream. So basically, my name is Roman Kessler. I'm Crypto Kessler on Twitter. It's crypto with a K always, and Kessler also. There is no Telegram, and there is also no Discord because the minting is long over. We did this project back in 2019. I'm myself running a little IT software boutique here in Frankfurt. And essentially, we always had like this little card game that we tried to develop over many years. There is a successful Kickstarter at the foundation of the Digital Dinos project, but that was pertaining solely to this card game situation. And we never really brought that online. But the Kickstarter was successful. We had some money left, and we always reinvested because this is kind of a pro bono project. We have helped 8 different retro gaming museums in all of Europe. We have helped the Berlin Computer Games Museum, for example, with this Kickstarter. And we have also built our own digital retro park here in the Frankfurt area. And we have crowdfunded for that for many years. And the card game at the end of the day was always a very nice token to pass on. So eventually in 2019, token, we took that kind of literally and we put it on Ethereum. And we did it in the following way, and that's interesting maybe also because of the tokenomics. There are not that many digital dinos. There are only 2,053 different ones, and we minted them all on different days in December 2019. And so basically for every day there's a different computer, be it the Commodore C64 or something from Atari. It goes really from the first personal computer, the Olivetti Programma and 101, which was used for the Apollo 11 project by NASA and calculated basically the routes around the moon for them, up to the Nokia communicator, which was launched in 1999. And so there are 32 different computers, vintage computers. My question to you is, what is your first computer? Because everybody I asked, they always had a great story about the first real digital contact their brain made. And in 2019, we minted those back last December. We brought it all to Decentraland. If you go to Decentraland on location 12 positive, and -64, then you will find our first virtual digital retro games museum that we ever helped creating. It's on Jay's land, and they host us there. And a fun thing was that one of the bundles that we have displayed there was actually now put up on auction by Unique Druid. So a big shout out. That's what I think is really positive about this project, that other people can do something with it. And I'm very, very glad that there's some interaction. As you can see from the history of our smart contract, those NFTs minted in 2019, it took a while till, they moved. And back in 2019, also the situation was completely different to what it is today. So I hope that you actually heard me and that you have many questions. How much time do I have left?
Oh, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it with this. So okay, I think we can get right into the questions. I saw a bunch of people responding. What was their first computer or like game console? Mine was
so my first computer was the Commodore C64, for example. That was launched in 1982, just before the Atari software crisis. And so much came of these hardware projects. The first techno music, for example, and many things more. And I just created a set of 32 different ones. And back in 2019, there are 50 versions, 50 NFTs of each computer, and there are about 550 Commodore C64s. This makes a total of 2,053, digital dinos, and most of the 75 owners which we have now are holding bundles, and you can pick up also some holder benefits on the page digital-dinos.com.
Amazing. And I think there are some questions from the crowd, so I'll pass the mic to Show, who will ask you those questions.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm loving the nostalgia. You bring me back to when I got my first computer in 1995. So crazy.
Yeah. And you know, I think we are in a very similar situation today. You know, blockchains are computers, and they enable a digital life by cryptography, and that's basically what also our research in the Digital Dinos project basically told us. You know, there's always more computing power, and we use it for blockchain now.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of which, with Microsoft's recent acquisition of Activision Blizzard, I've been thinking about the Web 1.0 era a lot lately. The fact that your project is exploring a technology that is pre-Web 1.0 gives me all kinds of feelings. What sort of feelings do you get from highlighting tech like the Commodore 64, and what feelings are you trying to make us all feel?
Thank you. That's a wonderful question, and I didn't expect that. But the thing is that the human mind underestimates complexity, and it underestimates also the power of computing power. So from 1965, when the Olivetti Programma was launched, to the Nokia communicator launched in 1999, there was an explosion of computing power, and it connected so many people. And that's what's making, that's my feeling, you know. With 10 of the Olivetti Programma, they were able to travel to the moon and back. And they had like 10K in 10 kilo in memory. And the gadgets that we are using for this Discord, the gadgets that we have in our pockets as smartphones every day, they could basically travel to Mars themselves. They are so powerful. And what I'm trying to make everybody understand is that we have to use this potential.
Yeah, I agree. We also have a question from Tobaz. They would like to know, when exactly has your project started? Was it all in 2019? And was it concluded in that year?
So as I grew older, I was a witness to an incident where a very nice little girl, I think 8 years of age, she met her first joystick. Okay, so she was playing with the joystick, and she was learning Atari and Commodore games very quickly. It was so wonderful to see that, because everybody else was on their smartphones, and you know, preserving this palpability of gaming is for the kids, basically, is where it started. We have found here in Frankfurt, we have founded the Digital Retro Park, which is an official museum where you can play with kids. Of course, there are Corona conditions now, and it's been going on for 2 years, but it is there. There are 2 floors here in the Frankfurt area where you can come play Commodore, Atari, and whatnot. And it's really great to see just the people connecting to the digital past.
This is awesome. This is one of the reasons why I love the WIP, just being able to connect with people all over the world. Ronan, thank you so much for jumping on the virtual stage. Thank you for persevering through the audio issues. We had pre-WIP getting everything sorted for you as a first-time Discord user. Easy in Crypto, there's a different link that we should be sharing for Roman. I'll share it in a second. The one that I included in the original tweet wasn't actually accurate. If someone can get that real quick. Anyway, Roman, thank you so much once again. And if anyone else has any more questions for Roman about digital dinos or anything else, please do tag him in the Discord. Thank you. And then next up, we have not one, but two folks jumping up on the virtual stage. We have Future Modern returning, and Keyboard Kid is up here now as well. We need to unwhack him real quick. Keyboard Kid has a party bid that is active, and I think we're going to learn a little bit more about that. Let me unwhack Keyboard Kid. Here we go. You two should be good.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
What's up?
I just wanted to make sure audio was great. Yeah, so should I start, Chibu?
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Yep, yeah, go ahead. Keyboard, the legend.
So, hey, everyone. I go by Keyboard Kid. I'm an artist based out of Seattle, Washington. Pretty much known for helping pioneer bass world music and cloud music that was popular on the internet, like let's say 2010, kind of when we really started getting steam. And basically, I became I've done art and music my whole life. Something I've always been drawn to. I had really young parents. My mom was like 19 when she had me. My dad was 21, so they were young and hip and always playing some cool music around the house, which was something I was always drawn to. I pretty much got my upstart though into music through MySpace, the MySpace era. So it's pre-SoundCloud, pre-Bandcamp even, and basically I met Lil B when he was in the pack. Had the song "The Vans." I sent him some music. Purely like Bass World is purely a product of the internet and technology, which is so cool. But yeah, I met him on MySpace. We exchanged messages. I sent him some music. He really liked it, and he was like, "Yo, I got this thing called Bass World. I'm gonna be doing, doing solo music." So we linked up, and he basically explained what bass was to me at that time, which was a subculture in the Bay Area started by the youth, which was basically taking the negative term "based" from like based head and being slow and things like that, and turning it into something positive. And that's just the power of music, and in my opinion. So yeah, I've been working with him ever since, and man, we started a huge movement online, a huge community. And this is what's really excites me about Web3 and the internet, is that it's basically like we kind of built, in a way, an early Web3 environment by talking to a bunch of people online and bringing people into the based philosophy, and using art and music as the vehicle for that. And so basically right now, I've been onboarded by my friend Chibu here, Future Modern, and basically introduced me to Web3. And what we're doing right now is I've been introduced into like music NFTs and things like that. And so we got a party bit going for it's actually my second NFT. My first Genesis NFT was on Catalog Works, which was just a song that we did. And this second one that we got right now is a digital art music piece. A friend of mine, Digital Purity, we came up with the concept together. He designed the whole 3D bus of me, kind of like my head floating in the clouds, some cool jewelry on and things like that. And then I did a score for that video, which is the original music piece that I created to go along with it. And basically was to commemorate the new era of Keyboard Kid going into Web3, and to kind of memorialize my past efforts as an artist. And I had dreads for 6-7 years that I started before my first child was born. And I recently cut them off after my second child was born a few months ago. And so basically, I wanted to do something special to commemorate that moment in that history. And that's kind of what this NFT does. And it's also just to signify that Base World is here in Web3, and we're going to be building a Base World metaverse. Eventually bringing Lil B on board. I've talked to him about it. But he was like, yo, Keyboard, go ahead and do your thing and get it started. So I'm basically the liaison for Base World and Web3 at this point, just getting out here and spreading the word and letting people know that we're going to be building a Base World metaverse. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Chibu, did I miss anything you want to add?
No, just want to emphasize that Base World is really the first online music community in the modern internet era, and so we're bringing in intellectual property that has real provenance, right? This is really the source and place of origin of everything that we see online today, whether it's people using memes to promote their work, or people like dropping songs every day to keep their fans engaged, or people following back everyone that's artists following back everyone that's following them, and Bayhive and BTS Army and all these things, those all derive from Base World, right? So we're bringing in what we feel like is in the modern age a cultural heritage and a cultural heirloom. And with this party bid that we just started for the Days Past Gone NFT, we're now allowing anyone to essentially buy in to this transition of Base World into Web3. No matter how much or how little ETH you put in, you're going to get a token that represents your official membership in Base World. So as the community grows in Web3, and as the experiences, the products, the services, the different tiers of involvement and participation grow, everyone who participates will see the upside in that. And then eventually, as that makes the NFT more valuable, everyone will be able to, if someone wants to come and buy the NFT, actually cash out of the token that they hold that represents their ownership in it. So we're really excited to do a lot of different things in this space. Obviously, Keyboard is really inspired by video games and the internet and technology. That's why his name is Keyboard Kid, and has brought a lot of that sort of like lo-fi but textured sound to the game. So we're gonna continue to sort of cultivate that culture in Web3, whether it's creating games where you can do beat battles and then use DeFi to award prize money, or whether it's creating workshops where people can learn to produce, learn to create digital art, and then actually have that be minted in the official Base World collection. So I mean, there's just a lot that we're going to build. We're actually sending out a tweet thread we're in the midst of sending out a tweet thread right now to go into more about the importance of Party Bid and what it can do. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Definitely follow Keyboard Kid at Keyboard Kid 206 on Twitter. Follow A Future Modern as the curators for this drop, and yeah.
Yes, sir. Well said, Chibu. Well said. And just a fun fact before we go, like Keyboard Kid is actually my name from like using a computer keyboard to make beats when I was making beats to start out, as opposed to playing on an actual keyboard. So yeah, it's all tied into the internet and computers.
Love that. And I think that explosion was that shot clock that we were talking about earlier. I was expecting a car crash, but a bomb. Cool. But we definitely have some questions from the audience. So I'll let Show relay those questions to Chibu and Keyboard Kid.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
What's good?
Yeah, welcome back, Chibu. by the way.
Thank you.
All right. We have a question from Hidden Forces. He would like to know, are there any thoughts about a PFP in the pipeline, or are you keeping it mysterious?
Yo, I was actually thinking about this today, Key. I don't know how you think about it. I mean, we're definitely really focused on music NFTs and like the impact that music has had on culture and giving music its proper value, because we've seen visual artists win in this space, and we want to see music artists win the same way. But a huge aspect of base world is memes, right? So I think it could be really cool to have a 10K meme collection of like thank you base god memes.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely want to do some things like that, and I've actually already talked to my guy that did the design for the Days Past Gone NFT, and we definitely want to do some more like collectibles like that. I think that just fits in with base world in general, is like like the rare collection and just having a collection in general, like because like the whole thing when we came as well as like collect all the mixtapes, collect all these songs, collect the MySpace pages. So that's definitely something in the future that we want to bring to it, and I think it would be fun. It only makes sense.
Oh, that's cool. Before going into the next question, just to piggyback, in regards to the thank you base god memes, are these going to be NSFW? Because on Twitter it's always young women or men too writing it on like their asses or like their chests and their hands. What are your thoughts?
No, I'd like it to be more safe for work stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just more stuff anyone can to display or show. I think that would be the best route. But you never know. There might be an exclusive
that you might have
line.
a little exclusive NSFW line. But what I was thinking though is that especially once we onboard Lil B, a portion of the proceeds from his drop can go towards supporting women, supporting
Right.
trans women, especially because I know that is definitely dear for Lil B. And having something where it's just like we're giving directly to people, as opposed to like working through some charity.
Right.
That's cool. Lastly, we have a question from Tobaz. They would like to know, when trying to create workshops for people, is there a certain fee we should all know about?
No, it's a fee for the workshops. Mainly, I mean, for the workshops, we definitely first would like to invite all the people that own a part of the that party bid. They all are going to be whitelisted, basically, so they can get first dibs and they'll get first information on when we do these type of events. And then like an idea for that too is like when you come to these events, I want it to be inclusive, so you take something with you. So when you come to the events, and I teach you how to make a beat or explain the process, and do something live there, that it's something that we can all mint together, and the people that are there at the event will take ownership in that minting as well. So they'd be, some of the first people to own a part of that piece.
Cool. And then, make sure we all check out the party bid. I'll share a link there real quick. But Chibu, Keyboard Kid, thank you for jumping up on the virtual stage and talking to us today. Sorry about the shock the bomb may have caused, but
it's all good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Cool. And then whoa, who asked me? How dare you, Trizlet? I'm gonna blame that on Trizlet. Anyway, so thank you all for showing up. And I think Synoptic jumped into the Discord. Synoptic is the owner of the parcel that we're partying at in CryptoVoxels. Synoptic, I don't know if you want to give a tour, if you want to pass the mic to Rizzle to do a tour, or what we want to do over there. But if you want to give us a tour, feel free to unmute. Otherwise, we can take it from here and show everyone your absolutely insane build.
Oh, well, hi guys. I'm just a little bit ill here in Moscow, so I'm not sure if I can talk too much, but I just wanted to say thank you just for the opportunity to host the event in one of my galleries, and just maybe a few words. This is the gallery of my own art. The name of the gallery is the Galactical Vision. It is also the name of one of the collection of works you can see with those strange, I don't know, spheres or something. Well, you can find inside the gallery the portal. This is the portal to one of my hubs, also in CryptoVoxels, and in this hub you can also find something about 10 portals to my other galleries. So I am pretty old citizen of the CryptoVoxels. I'm here since the beginning of 2020. So I think this is it. Maybe I can show something if you like, or just maybe you can help me with what should I do. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Thank you so much, man. If you want to just fly around, we could follow you, and then I'm sure Rizzle can provide some commentary, or I don't know, Rizzle, what are you thinking here?
Well, okay, I can. I'm now you can hear me. I'm the guy in white hat and with Bitcoin glasses made by myself also. Well, I'm in the center of the gallery, and you can find here some magical stuff. And the magical stuff, this letters circling around and so on and so forth. This is the Innokian Magic. If you know this thing, this is something like a John Dee, maybe, this is an old magician, so it's dedicated in some way to this form of ceremonial magic. This a lot of same art on one of the walls named Synoptic 38. This is just a commemorative for my birthday last year. I just made a couple of them. And here also in the center you can find the Wakasima's Cryptowave Trash Planet art with the face, with a lot of the same faces of the girl. This is the Wakasima, or Mahini. Some people know her very well. She's the owner of the Telegram group named Cryptowave Trash Planet, and this is the one of the very old groups of the trash artists. And this is just, this art was dedicated to her. She's an old friend of mine also. And you can find here some just photos remixed by myself with this trash of, I don't know, cars or something like that. In the somewhere, I don't know, in the corner, no one is here, but you can follow me at the, I don't know, the left corner or something like that here. And also on this, on the other side, you can find these spheres with the Russian words on them. I'm from Moscow, I'm Russian, so some of my art has Russian words. This is dedicated to one of the very strange books made by Daniil Andreev, one of the Russian mystical authors, named Rose of the World. It is a very strange book describing the world around us, the universe around us, full of deities and demons and so on and so forth. So this is, there are several words dedicated to that. And you can see here Shadanakar. It's the well, it's very just hard to explain maybe. And on the other side, On the other side, you can find several works named CryptoWave, just very simple dedications to the CryptoWaves made by me in 2020. CryptoWave as the whole wave of a lot of energetic people making a better world, and also I suppose a lot of them are here. Well, I just wanted to say hi to Skinny, an old friend of mine. I'm so happy to see you here. So I think maybe this is it. Just I'm welcoming you to travel to the portal and to some my other galleries. Thank you once again.
Dude, Synoptic, thank you so much, man. I'm so sorry that we made you come here super sick from Moscow, super late over there. But the tour was great, and getting a glimpse into your art and your gallery has just been phenomenal. So that brings us to the end of the middle part of the whip before the afties. Rizzle, Paradox, what shall we do next?
We should pass the mic over to Paradox so he can organize something awesome for us somewhere, is what I would suggest.
Yeah.
Paradox, you out there, man?
Probably got to unwhack him.
Is Paradox whacked?
I'm sure he is.
Oh yeah, Paradox is whacked. I don't have all the whack or non-whacking permissions that Matt has. Matt has some sort of superior role than I have. Trizlet, if you're listening.
You can't blame Trizlet for everything.
Just blame Trizlet for everything.
Hey guys, cool. Right, so this is Paradox. This is the WIP's resident videographer. So if you're new to the WIP, this is the part where we take a group photo and get a little bit of video of everybody together in a group. So make sure you jump into World, into CryptoVoxels. If somebody can dump a link to CryptoVoxels in the chat, we're gonna meet on
sort of in the middle, man, where everyone's like already sort of piled in dancing.
Yeah, tell you what, just so we got a little bit more room, let's jump on the roof, because then we can get some love. Get a little bit of feedback. Cool. Right, so what we're going to do is everybody come up to the roof. I'm going to fly around. I'm the guy in the blue with the big jetpack, and then Dragonate is going to kindly play some music. So when the music is done, then I'm going to pass straight back to Rizzle to end the show and over to the afties. So...
Wait, hang on. How did everyone get on the roof so quickly?
They flew.
Hang on, I'm going to drop a link in Discord too. Okay.
All the emojis. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Dragonate. So that is the video and photos collection done. I'm going to pass straight back over to Rizzle. Paradox out. Cheers.
Rumor has Easy found the guest book. I see Mark asking about it. There's a guest book in there somewhere. I'm gonna put Easy on task as like official guest book finder. Except I think we might have broke his computer or phone or whatever he's using. So we'll guest book on side of wall. So there you go, on side of wall, Mark. If you couldn't figure out that it might be somewhere like that. Thanks for everyone for turning out this week. A ton of OGs in the house. Shout out to all of y'all for coming out. Obviously docked in a new Discord. Still working out some kinks, but it's all love here at the WIP. Unless Matt's got anything, I'll toss it back over to him real quick to confirm that we didn't leave anything out. But otherwise, okay, Matt says no. Thank you everyone. Kick it over to. Did we pull up? Did we break the bot or whatever? I think that. Oh, we did not pull up yet. Okay, so sometime during the afties or like soon, we will all do our communal co-op together, as is tradition or something. Okay, and show man, take it away, dude.
For the guest book, real quick, for anybody that's on the roof, I'm doing backflips. If you go over to where I am, the guest book is kind of below me on the outside wall.
Well done, Easy. Thank you, man. Now officially over to you, show. Formal intro.
All right, cool. I was just waiting to see if anybody else was going to say something. Hey, how's my audio, y'all? My 2x2 or 5x5? All right, cool. Hey, listen, if you're brand new to the WIP, do me a favor, adjust your speakers, adjust your audio. You want to turn it down just a little bit. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. Oh, WIP fam. Whippity whip fam. WIP fam. WIP fam, this was a fake out. WIP fam, actually, wait. Stop talking. Don't say anything. Don't say anything or do anything at all for a moment. WIP fam, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to all of you. Don't do anything. I want to show you something right now. Okay? I want to show you something right now. Stop typing, stop talking. Freeze and pause yourselves right now. Freeze and pause yourself. Stop typing. I want you to listen. Wait, don't speak. Mute your microphone. WIP fam, did you see that? Did you hear that? Did you experience that? You definitely did. You definitely just experienced that. Unfreeze yourselves. You can unfreeze, you can unpause. You know what that was? It was silence, y'all. Silence. A pregnant pause is what you just experienced. That feeling is what is currently happening right now in the crypto space. The crypto space feels boring as fuck right now. Something got snuffed out along the way to this point in our digital journey. Many people are waiting for projects to launch their next phases, and the wait is too long. because people have been conditioned to receive things at the speed of how the metaverse originally operated at. It feels like limbo or purgatory. I believe that something is actually, I believe that that thing is actually a couple of poignant things. And I'm going to highlight them. With the deluge of NFT avatar projects came a large number of people who didn't know anything else. So once those derivative projects started to rug or die, the people who only came into the space for that were just sitting around and wondering if that was it, if that's all the space had to offer. These same people who came into the space who were looking for the next Fidenza or BAYC that ultimately lost more, like they ultimately lost more than they gained. They started to grow in number to the point where they are taking up space and creating a lot of distracting noise. I can barely look at Twitter at this point. I can barely go to any other, I just, it's too much. People achieving Twitter Spaces fame continued to spread a sense of, when is the next whitelist so I can become rich and leave? All while becoming unnecessarily self-important and not so degen. As they weren't as degen as they led you to believe. Check this out. Check out this formula. Fortune cookie plus rare NFT PFP equals not making you a famous influencer. It doesn't make you a famous influencer if you combine those things. Typing fortune cookie tweets is what I mean. Having a rare NFT with a hexagon doesn't make you a famous fucking influencer in the space. Hell, one of these famous hexagons had the nerve to say, and I'll give a full fortune cookie full fortune cookie wisdom when I quote it. When you're an actual operator, things that can confuse many can be very clear to you. Shout out to the people who actually build things. End quote. I half expected this person to end the tweet with, your lucky numbers are 6, 93, 24, 8, 51. Speaking of confusion and prophecy and fortune telling, what the actual fuck is OpenSea doing? Huh? Limiting mints within collections to only 50 only tells me one thing. During this period of silence that you just experienced, that the entire, the collective metaversal space is experiencing right now, the boredom in the crypto space is palpable. Some people get so anxious and fidgety that they will do some dumb shit in order to make some kind of activity happen. Even things that are considered to be self-sabotage. I told you about OpenSea for weeks on end here during the AFTs. I told you. You don't believe me? If you play back every single AFTs since the beginning of the AFTs, you'll notice that many of the things said in each opening monologue became true. In fact, here's another secret from the Oracle. If you listen back closely and slow down what I say during every single opening monologue of the AFTs, you'll realize that what seemed like crazy yelling and entertainment was actually multiple Easter eggs. And the biggest Easter egg for each week is that there are always two defining words within each monologue that are completing full-on sentences that explain something else. If you piece together every two words hidden each week, right from the beginning until now, you will reveal about 3.5 paragraphs of something else entirely. Mind blown? Did you just freeze and pause yourself? Welcome to the Afties, y'all. I'm your host, Show. You already know. If you don't know, you will know by the end of this cool-ass fucking thing that we do. Shout out to all of our presenters. Shout out to all of the WIP fam in the building. Check this out. If you have an opinion or a hot take on what you just experienced, please share it here. Don't share it somewhere else and then have a big corporation mint it, trademark it, and then sell it. Share your opinions right here where they're appreciated. If you have a question, phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. Like I just said. Here's my hot take. Here's the first hot take. In regards to our first presenter, I love RPGs, and I haven't had the time to commit to playing them recently due to the sheer speed of the space and having to keep an eye on everything. I feel guilty because it's a great way for me to clear my mind and then tackle everything here in the metaverse. I need a legit role-playing game built right here in the metaverse so that I won't feel as guilty spending time doing it. My problem is every project is all in wait mode. Thoughts?
Hurry up and wait.
That's life. That's been my that's every actor's life. That's life. Thoughts? Who has time for reading books? I'm trying to play games. But I can't because we're here. This is a once in a lifetime chance to make millions of dollars. Who has time? But we can't because look, the games are meant to be played. Someone needs to play them. But all of the projects that are creating games in this space, they promised all these things, and we've just been sitting here waiting for them to do the fucking things. Thoughts? We've been waiting. They're saying, yeah, we're going to do 3D this and then do this. And then I'm like, can we get it now? When now?
It takes too damn long. I mean, just having been excited about engine games, 3 years ago or something, maybe some of them are actually playable now, but I don't have the time to play games now. So yeah, they should have delivered me some playables earlier. Damn it.
One game project just rug pulled everyone once they sold all of their NFTs for 700 and something ETH. The devs disappeared. The Twitter account disappeared. The entire Discord server disappeared. And you know what? I'm sitting here waiting for a game. Blockverse. Waiting. I don't have time to wait. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I don't want to wait. Shit. Come on, devs. When everything. Shit, I'm sitting here by the creek. Friends with Tori as opposed to Toby, right? Wasn't that a character in Dawson's Creek? I don't fucking remember. You know why? Because they should have made Dawson's Creek into an RPG. Shit, Joey getting into all kinds of trouble. Who wants to replay high school? All the above. All the creep, creek, crick, all of it. We could have minted 10K NFT PFPs, all with James Vanderbeek's face. Look, man, I just like speed in the metaverse is fast. If you don't keep your eye on shit, you start missing shit. So if you start playing fucking games, right, you're missing shit. You're out of the loop. You're out of the mix. You may be getting ahead in the game that's offline, but you're missing the game in the metaverse. Thoughts?
We're playing the game of life. Oh, wow. Jinxies.
We can't even play games with reverb. You know, we can't play Sandbox Conwolf. We can't play it because it's not even fully released. It's in alpha. That's what I'm saying. We're waiting for the shit.
What if we're like NFT Sims and we're being played? And then we're the game inside the game developing more games.
I'll tell you something. Nobody's playing me in this space. You're playing yourself. Nobody's playing me. You're playing yourself or you're playing with yourself. Moving on. Next subject. Next project. In regards to digital dinos, I've been feeling very nostalgic lately due to how things used to be in the early 90s when it came to computer-related things. It was extremely limited, but there was something beautiful about it. I felt that same surge of inspiration while being in the space over the past couple of years, but something was stolen. It's like how Microsoft stole the Windows technology from Xerox, or how Macintosh was tricked by Microsoft at the last moment when they were at the height of dominance. Whatever we lost, we need that back in order to move forward. Something got lost, y'all. Something got lost. The airplane, they lost the luggage when flying through the metaverses. I believe that everyone listening, this is going to pop into your subconscious after the fact, and you're going to realize what's going on. Something got lost. That commercial. Oh, what the fuck was that commercial where they were highlighting it was Twitter, right? Wasn't it? Right? When they had Atom Bomb Squad and Clone X and BAYC and Sappy Seals and like they had all these people like they woke up out of bed. They looked at their thing and they had Josh Ong, like, oh my God, they had all the cool kids and you can do this too. Something got lost. Something. Someone tell me, unmute your microphone and tell me. Did something get lost? And that's rhetorical.
We've lost our innocence.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. I feel like the fire was multiplied and then slowly diminished. You have Warner Music Group. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But you have the fire being like copied and then diminished, snuffed out. Hi, Roloco. Hi, back. Hi, back. Moving on. Last but not least, right, in regards to Keyboard Kid and A Future Modern. The 2020s don't feel like they have classic songs in them. There's no, I can't play some cool ass shit that'll keep me going. The styles and the styles of music seem rehashed, and I barely listen to albums anymore. I can't sit through a fucking album. I don't know when was the last time I sat through a full album. Mind you, I DJ constantly for hours on end here in the Metaverse Live. Like, I literally touch and listen to this shit. New music doesn't seem to make me move. There are a rare few individuals who have that ability to make some things happen. I'm thinking Tame Impala, just right off the top of my head, who seem to get like, hey, we know that this doesn't have any form of DNA for this generation. You know, things have been watered down. Warner Music Group entering Sandbox. That's the, oh my God. If you think we're like a fucking game launched yet, if you think Sandbox is gonna launch, we're gonna stay in alpha forever. Now we got this fucking thing. But I digress. With the introduction of Warner Music Group to Sandbox, I feel like it will only be worse. It'll be quicksand in the metaverse, Sandbox. Quicksand in the metaverse. Thoughts?
Getting you stuck in that quicksand, but we can do it a little different. You don't got to just go over and join the big boys. Plenty of people dropping dope music and making great communities in that space. So we funnel the people away from the big boys into our smaller groups and keep it real. But
I am not sucking anything down anywhere, especially a dry ass quicksand. Sounds like it hurts, and it's Warner Music Group is used to people sucking them off to get on, and that's not what I'm about. I don't know if I want to be on that metaverse. I am afraid. I'm afraid that I won't be able to play anything in Sandbox now, because if you have a slow-ass entity that looks to gobble things up like quicksand, like Warner Music Group, it's not going to get anywhere. It's not going to get anywhere. Again, these things that I'm saying, since the beginning of all this, these are things that are going to appear in your subconscious. They're going to appear weeks from now while you're using the restroom, brushing your teeth, cooking, making soup, going for a jog. Your brain is going to play this back. It's all neuro-linguistic programming. You're not realizing what you're seeing until you realize. You won't realize what is happening. I can't even listen to music without being programmed neurally. They programmed me to like this terrible shit. These new albums, you can't even fucking sit through it. The Weeknd's new album, I felt bad because 10 years ago, I was bumping this shit for the first time on the 405 in traffic in California and actually loved being in traffic, which is ridiculous. But the Weeknd style was fire. Mind you, he signed to Universal and not Warner Music Group, but still, right? They're all the same. They're all the fucking same. My point is, that's what happens when you have a raw and authentic artist slowly get his fire snuffed out. People have copied The Weeknd, right? Each album was a masterpiece, and then it slowly morphed into like he was trying to go for the 80s new wave, and then I love 80s new wave. That's I'm not ashamed to admit it. But then something happened where he was trying to make it pop. He was trying to make it pop new wave, and something was getting lost. Something was getting lost, and I was like, "Who is this? This is not The Weeknd that I knew." It's like Avicii possessed The Weeknd and turned into an R&B artist that decided to become the next iteration of Michael Jackson and then start releasing new wave in the 2020s. And it's just not hitting. Y'all, thank you so much for coming through to this edition of the Afties. Shout out to the entire leadership team here at GYB. Shout out to the WIP crew. I love each and every single one of you. Shout out to the WIP fam. WIP fam, you have no idea what you just listened to. Your brain is going to play certain aspects of this back to you. Believe me, if you don't believe me, you're going to realize how fucking crazy this is. It will play certain things back and you're going to realize, holy shit, holy fucking shit. Yeah, sign the guest book. Much love, everybody, and I will see you later.
Peace, love, and whipsy. Over in Token Smart, in just a couple hours, there's going to be a really dope cipher with Michael Seven. Really awesome rapper about, he does some really cool stuff over on TikTok. So hope to see y'all over there in a bit, and catch you in the metaverse.